Hey everybody, Gisele Grenier here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to do a different take on packaging up gift cards. Uh, it's something we do, it used to be before we just gave money out, but now it's gift cards. And when you get a gift card, you look at these little sleeves and envelopes and it's kind of boring. And it's fine if you're not a crafty person, that, those are fine. But I thought of a way about packaging up something really, really simple, and just to pop the card in. So let's go down to the table. So don't panic, you don't have to have this. But I picked up these little burlap bags at Big Box Craft Store, Michael's, and there were 3 in a package. I think I paid $1.25 for them. Okay, so take a look at these. Okay, they got a little drawstring. The gift card fits in there perfectly. You just have to decorate it. But what if you don't have burlap? You can think of scrapbook paper, and all you have to do is just create a little pocket with scrapbook paper, like a little envelope. So you just fold it over, and there's lots of tutorials on YouTube on making little pockets for this. So you could do that, then just decorate the front. And then you can just get regular scrapbook paper, pattern stuff. What if you don't have scrapbook paper? Then you can take, let's say, watercolor paper, whatever, make the same pocket, and then just paint it. Okay? Take burlap and just glue it. You don't even have to have a sewing machine. I don't. Just glue it. So just something with a little pocket like this, and then just decorate it. What can you decorate it with? Well, that's what makes this really, really special. So you can just buy little chipboard pieces, little, you can, little, little pine bows and stuff like that at the dollar store. Just glue them on, whatever. But what I'm going to make for this one is going to be for my granddaughter Ava. I'm also going to make a separate video for the one for my grandson Wolf. Is I'm going to take these little pieces that were gifted to me, and she made these. Allison, thank you. These little paper mache flowers, and I've got some letters here. So I believe how she made these was just put them into a mold, paper mache mold. I know I look at this, I think, yeah, I've got resin molds that I can do this with so easily. So the idea is I just took 3 little flowers and I put them in the corner, and then Ava's name right here, and then a gift card could slip inside, or you can put like a little. This could be like a little individual mini stocking stuffer type of thing, and then you can tie it up if you want. I'm going to leave mine open. So you just paint it, right? Yep, that's all there is to it. So, but how you paint it could be creative. And this one here, I'm going to be using what I'm going to call mixed metal. And I was inspired by some jewelry pieces I'm making with mixed metals. I thought I'm going to use the Decor Metallics for my mixed metals for this piece. So I'm using the Decor Matte Metallics Charcoal for her name. And then I'm going to be using Decor Dazzling Metallics Warren Penny Bright Copper and Copper for each of the flowers. And because these flowers, this paper mache is kind of gray, I'm going to prime it with just a single layer of gesso first, which will brighten up these metallics here because they're semi-transparent. How many layers you put on is completely up to you. And then from there, you can, if you don't have metallic paint, just use flat acrylic paints, and you can just color the edges with another color or whatever you want. So that's completely up to you. Just to show you that all these little pieces that Allison made. And I'm so excited I got all these. But they're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You can do so many things with paper mache. Put it in, even ice cube molds. Cut them out. And I love what she did here. Okay, so let's put this aside. The little burlap bag I'm not going to treat at all. If you were using super thin fabric, you can use a pillowcase. I could stiffen it with the Americana fabric stiffener. I've used this a lot with I have sheets of burlap that I use to wrap the little trees outside. And it's thinner, so you can stiffen it with that. All right, so let's get our brush. So again, it's going to be a very, very simple layer of gesso. Where's my tweezers? And I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's, there's nothing interesting about this, but I'm just going to do part of it, put it aside, and then do another part, put it aside, and then when I'm done, come back. These pieces will be dry that I could do all the other sides. So that's all I'm going to do right now. So when we come back, I'll have all the letters and flowers primed with one layer of gesso, and then we'll go on to painting them. All right, so this part is a bit of a tedious part, is painting all the little pieces. It's actually not tedious. If you're going to be doing this for a few people, do them in batches. That way it's not so tedious. For me, it's just little itty bitty pieces. So I'm painting the letters with charcoal. I don't know if they're going to be too dark, but I wanted something to really contrast the coppery type of paints being used for the flowers. Now I'm working on freezer paper so the letters won't stick. So get all the sides, and then if I wanted to, I can work the back as well. I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then this one's going to be copper. There's really no rhyme or reason as to which particular paint I chose for the flowers. And you can really honestly use whatever colors you want. I just wanted to, Ava loves stuff like this, like the coppery vintage colors. I am going to make her one with a metallic red as another project. We'll see which one she reacts more to, but she loves this stuff. So I'm just painting it around there. Now the brush I did dampen a little bit. It helps the paint flow a little bit more inside all the little nooks and crannies. But the paint is sticking just beautifully to the gessoed flower. And then just work the sides. You can let it dry, then you can actually handle it with your fingers. But putting the paint on straight out of the tube, it might be a little bit thick, so it might, you know, fill in some of these little contours, these little crevices, and I might need a little bit more paint. Oh, I might have enough. And I should be able to do this just with one coat. I shouldn't need an additional coat of paint. But we won't know until it's dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the rest of the letters and the rest of the flowers. And the one flower I'm going to use Warm Penny, and the other flower will be the bright copper. I'll paint those, and then when we come back, we'll see if we need another coat of paint. So I'm finished paint. The flowers are all dry, but I'm going to take some of the soft silver of the matte metallics, and I'm just hitting them on the edge just to add a little bit of extra sparkle. I was going to use a wax metallic just to do the edges, but this is really rough, and I don't think I would have been able to burnish this without going crazy. So it just adds a little bit of that extra shine. So I'm just going to do, the big flower will have the most of it, but the little one's just a smidgen. Not a lot on this one. Okay. And that one's a soft silver. So I could, oh, you know what I should have done? I don't have enough in the paper towel. No, I just want to hit just a little bit of the letters as well. They're a little dark, but that's all I have for this. Maybe I could have done the wax metallic. I mean, these are paper mache, so they are a little bit rough. So if I just do the face of it and leave the sides the charcoal, it'll look shaded. That's a little bit better. Let's see how that looks. And what I also did, so let me put these aside here so I'll know what colors I used. Okay, so there's not, it doesn't show that much of a difference in the colors, but there's enough. And are you ready yet? Yeah, you're ready. We'll put that there. I'm trying to be like super careful with this because I always burn myself. Fit that one right there. You can use glue, matte medium, whatever you want. And I'm using 3 for this. And you can put a sheet of plexi or a little sheet of wax paper in here so it doesn't go through. This is fairly thick. It's not. This won't go through. And then the letters. So the letters, do I want to put them lower or higher? And I'm thinking I can even put them on an angle. But Ava likes stuff straight. So I'll leave it like that. Dry fitting is always the way to go. And now, not only will this be good for a gift card, but like a special little treat thing. You know, so some small. Actually, what's going to go in here is a little ring that we bought her at a jewelry store in the Bahamas. It's similar to this one here. It's got the blue opal, but it's a turtle. And then tell her she's not allowed to wear it till she's 16 because it was expensive. But there we go. So that her little ring is going to go in there. But I mean, you can. So you got the gift cards. You can put you know, little bits, little handmade things, and even then, kids can then take this. Let me just turn that off. Kids can make these as well by taking paper and these little. You know, don't have to have paper mache. They can go to the dollar store or to the craft store and just pick up anything that can be painted. You can get the ones with plaster, little plaster figurines and stuff like that. Just paint them a metallic paint and, you know, just glue them on and just use school glue or something. But it just makes it a little bit nicer than just putting it into a plain old, you know, gift card type of thing. Giving something handmade is always nicer. And this burlap ribbon, you can always substitute it with colored ribbon. If you want, just cut it, take it out, and then re-thread it through. Or just glue a strip like I did with the other one, glue a strip on there just to add some additional interest. But there we go. So that's it. So I hope that you enjoyed this super simple little project. A nice way to give gift cards or small little stocking stuffers a little nicer just in a manufactured card. I'd love to see your rendition of this, so please post a picture below, and then we can all take that inspiration and create additional projects for next year. So until I see you in the next project, which will be Wolf's gift bag, stay inspired.